Hello everyone, welcome here in Somnium Space Metaverse. Welcome to our podcast. It's me, Artific, and Srdjan Shusha. Hopefully, if I'm doing it right, I mean the spelling of the name. The co-host of this show. He's here with us. You can see just me as avatar because Srdjan has Mac, so he can't join us at this moment, but he's here with us at least in audio. Hi, Srdjan.
I'm here.
Hello. Yeah, so we are here in or at Somnium Space Lake House. As you can see, below us is the downtown over there, city center with big Somnium Space building and a lot of other stuff. So you can see that we have a beautiful view here to the lake and to all the buildings around us. This time we are going to take a ride with the car. I've figured out how to lower the volume of the car, so it will not be so loud and you will be able to hear us. So it will be a little bit cost of immersion, but hopefully you will gain as much in information that you will receive from Srdjan and a little bit also from me.
Yeah,
So
but I think we need electric cars in the Somnium space, so they're way less
yeah,
loud.
for sure. But yeah, as first one, these are super cool. So I've lowered the voice or the volume, so it's not so bad. But yeah, here we are going around Somnium Space Convention Center. It's quite a big thing. If you visited us last week, you could see the same beginning. We were like going straight and to the left. This time, let's take the other side, which doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
so many buildings, but there are quite some nice pieces as well.
See you're not really taking care about the roads.
No, no. Yeah, this is like sports car, but still, we are here in like the center where it's quite good. We can see some guy over there doing some sort of business. Yeah. So actually, this one it's one of the buildings where the keys for the treasure hunt were hidden. I think one of the nicer
Mm-hmm.
galleries. So I will take a walk and you can tell us what you think.
Yeah, I see that there are different buildings than we saw last time. So this one is pretty interesting. The galleries are getting pretty immersive, more elements that we see, more enclosed space. So last time we were talking about how most of the buildings are open and they removed walls, but as the world changes, I see that most people tend to use windows, which is pretty interesting. I guess this is maybe because they introduced rain and weather conditions. So maybe people wanted to take care of that. Again, at the elevator, last time we did not have luck with the elevator.
Yeah, yeah, this one works. So that's good. Maybe also it's not so high, so
Mhm.
it's more stable. But yeah, this building is actually older, I think. So it's and yeah, there are some buildings that came here after the change, but I actually didn't notice much change regarding the weather because it's still sometimes rains, but it's quite rare. It doesn't happen very often.
Maybe it's summertime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there are actually seasons here. So
Mhm.
when you see it just now, it doesn't seem so. But uh, I saw Somnium first time in February, and it was winter,
Mhm.
so everything was snowed, and there were the magical forest was like a snowman and different sort of sculptures there. So it really felt different.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask you because you spend more time in the Somnium, if there's any elements of urban plan that are not on the parcels. Because last time we saw like trees and okay, the mall and the buildings, but benches, lighting, I don't know, trash cans. I did not see any elements of regular streets or anything appear yet. So it's quite interesting to see what, when more people start using it, there needs to be some kind of point of connection for avatars. So I wonder if we will have more elements in between of the parcels that people can use and maybe, as you say, make some business there. And
Yeah,
maybe when more people are there, you will not be able to drive the car in between. So it's pretty interesting to see how that will go too.
yeah. So there's the city center, which is like common area, and
Mhm.
you can see the main buildings. There are some mini games over there, like the paintball. Well, they don't like to call it paintball, but yeah, I do it anyway. But it's like really pretty cool paintball, so I save it like that. And uh, then the potential space for maybe like offices or a little bit retail shops. We saw it
Mhm.
last time. Then there
Mhm.
are different teleporters, which I think we just mentioned last time. There are like 50 teleporters that are owned by people. Same as you can own as NFT parcel and build something on top of it, you can also
Mhm.
own a teleporter, which allows you to teleport to any other teleporter. And those teleporters are, as I said, like owned by people. Just I think like two teleporters are owned by Somnium, and those are placed in the city center and in the downtown. And yeah, so basically these would be, or they are already quite valuable. I think some the
Mhm.
last sale was like 20 ETH or something like that. And yes, because you can use them currently for free, but in the future it will cost you cubes, which is like currency
But
in
do you think
Somnium.
that they will allow more teleporters in the world, or is this a limited edition that's already set?
Yeah, it's limited edition. I don't think that there will be more. There are like two types. One that were like founders, and well, both are founders,
Mhm.
but the first was more like premium edition, so you will get more income from the teleporter.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's just the share of the profit or of the when I go to teleporter and teleport somewhere, then in future I will have to pay for that, and part will go to
Mhm.
Somnium and part will go to owner of the teleporter. And
Okay, but one
yeah,
question about the teleporters. Can you teleport from one teleporter to any other,
yeah.
or is there any rules that will be set there?
No, but well, I think actually because you need to place the teleporter to your parcel,
Mm-hmm.
so that's one limitation. And yeah, let's wait for this building. What is it? It's loading. Yeah, so if, you need to place it on your own parcel, or you can maybe rent parcel to place it there or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one limitation. And in the future, there will be possibility to limit access to your parcel. So I imagine that when that
Mm-hmm.
happens, then well, you will not be able to use the teleporters that are on the private location where you don't have access. It's just
Yeah,
assumption.
yeah, the concept seems really interesting, but it's also very limiting since there's like the owners already got their teleporters, so it's not a community thing. It's a personal asset, I would say.
Yeah.
But there will always be teleporters in the city center where we saw them, right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so you would actually, it's actually a private transport thing that you could use.
Yeah. It's a. I would actually not see it as a yeah, it's of course like it's in one sense it's a private decision, uh, but it yeah, like currently they are used by owners as a sort of shortcut to their parcels. But
Mm-hmm.
in the future, as owner of the teleporter, you will look at it as asset, as sort of
Mm-hmm.
passive income asset. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would care how many people would use the teleporter. So then you would probably want to place it somewhere where there's a lot of traffic. So yeah, it's part of the economy, and it will
Mm-hmm.
be really interesting to see how it evolves. Uh, but I see it more like that it will really it's going to be community thing. So I can
Mm-hmm.
imagine when there's like big district with a lot of parcels that are maybe quite far from the city center, but there are like a lot of different businesses or events going on there. Then you would be, as a owner of the teleporter, motivated to place your teleporter there if there's no other. So I think that the economy will somehow solve uh, the need
Yeah.
to spread the teleporters around the space in a meaningful way. Ah, we have some
Okay, but tell
advertisement.
me now, the part that you're driving to, this is pretty far from the center, right?
Yes, yes. And actually, not all the parcels are sold at this moment. I think just like
Yeah,
2,000
I
from
want.
5,000.
Yeah, so the limits of the parcels are set even if they are not sold, so you can drive around and see where your parcel is at, and only the ones that have buildings can we see that are sold, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So far, this is nice. A park in the middle of nowhere. We can chill here for a bit.
Oh, okay. So somebody actually did a community park on their own parcel,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
and it's
far,
kind of a romantic one.
yeah, it looks nice. This is just with very basic things that you have three types of trees and you can build something cool with it. Yeah, so for the currently like all the parcels in Somnium are minted. So if you can
Mm-hmm.
see all of them, they have their locations. So you can see them on the map, properties, and everything. But not all of them are sold. There will be I think it's a third public sale that's
Mm-hmm.
going to be in, I don't know, several months probably. There's no exact date set yet.
Do you know the exact number of the parcels minted now?
I think it's 5,000 and then some number of something between 5,000
Mm.
and 5,100.
And it's been a year, right, since Somnium is up?
Yeah, well, I don't know exact time when it was started. There's like definitely like some time when they started as a business and started developing, and then for some time when there was like first public sale. But yeah, I don't want to get into that because yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep, yep. Okay, okay. So we seem that we got into a space station here. It's kind of interesting. These are multiple parcels, right? This is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
one. These
yeah,
are
yeah.
3 or 4. So it seems that even further away from the center, there's something happening. Last time we thought that maybe communities would gather around a certain interest and build like same typologies around the communities. And it seems that here something is already happening. So it's kind of a MBA,
Yeah, yeah.
Hall of Fame.
I actually saw the builder building this on his stream. I don't know, a couple months ago, as sort
Mm-hmm.
of showcase what is possible to do.
Yeah, I see that here in this building, like behind you, you can see there's a basketball club, I think, as a column, and there's a floating basketball. So this is very, very obviously sport oriented.
Yeah,
And I guess that most of the NFTs here would be some sport type. I'm not sure what's in there.
yeah. Those are just pictures. Those are not NFTs, but they can be pictures of NFTs. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually a Hall of Fame, as it says on the entrance. So it's pretty nice that somebody did this. But I see next to this one is actually there's a SpaceX logo. So I would say that this is kind of a USA oriented part of Somnium Space.
Yeah, this is I think some guy that likes Elon Musk. And here you
Mm-hmm.
can actually see the teleporter, so that's cool. You get to use it. So yeah, let's click
Can you show
start.
us how you choose where you go?
Sorry.
Can you show us how you choose where you are going to teleport? Or
Yeah. So you can see here the map. It's a little bit small because it's optimized mainly for VR. So then when you are in VR, it's actually
mm-hmm.
much bigger. Now in this 2D mode,
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of not so great. So you can teleport here in the city center, and yeah, you know it here. So we are
Mm-hmm.
back,
Next people.
and yeah, we can teleport somewhere else.
But now you left the car at the SpaceX station, right?
Yeah, and I don't know where is it, so that will be difficult to find it. Well, if we can use the map, and yeah, I think it was this one or this one. So let's see.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to see the map. So, looking at the green parcels, we see there's a lot of nature around. So, I'm interested to see if when they develop more parcels, if there will be closer together as in cities that we see in the real world, or if they will leave it for public space or any other type of convenience for the people that come to the Somnium. So it's pretty interesting that a lot of parcels are grouped together, but there's space in between. So there's still a lot of opportunities that could be done there.
Yeah. I think the magical forest wasn't there like since beginning. So I
Mm-hmm.
expect that maybe the city center will might grow a little bit with some like cool common spaces. Uh, but actually, most of the like community building and so on, I think will be and like this extension beyond what you can see here as just the regular parcels and the belts on top of them will be in the worlds, which you get like your personal space that's limited just by number of megabytes, and you can
Mm-hmm.
build anything there in Unity. And so it can be game, it can be your like mini Somnium, where you might be able to have like different parcels and rent
Mm-hmm.
it to others, and you would place the NFT as the teleporter on your own parcel and use it as a portal to your world. So
Okay.
these will be like extensions on top of what you can see here. So this would be like the Genesis world, and
Mm-hmm.
from the Genesis world you would be able to create your own experiences on the parcels directly, or in these worlds linked to the parcel.
Okay. Can you go back a bit? There's this
Yep.
big parcel that had XL on it. XL is actually the size of the parcel, right?
Yeah. Let's see if I
I'm
can. Yeah, good.
I'm sad to see that most of the parcels are still used for advertising. So
Yeah.
I hope that will be there will not be so many ads in the past, in the future. Sorry, but it's a thing to be forgotten from the real world, and I hope that the immersive experiences would be the next marketing in the metaverse. So I hope the billboards will be gone, and then we can have more better experiences and more custom experiences for the thing that you are looking for. Yeah, so here it's really interesting that somebody actually put a huge map. So I wanted to see what is it.
Yeah, it's NFT for representing the parcel. It's so big.
Okay,
uh,
so
yeah, so
is it like a sale sign or is it just look at what I have?
I think
I'm not.
yeah, I saw it. I think the two more times. and I
Mm-hmm.
assume that's yeah, based on what the person did. Like they created the like base for the building something, and then they put one
Mm-hmm.
NFT that they own. I don't know, maybe they own more, but on top of it, a sort of test, and then went to do something else, I guess, because there are just like these two things. So I would look at it as a test, because there's like really nothing else here. Or maybe it's just like, do you want to buy it?
Yeah,
Because
it
I
looks
can
like
click here, and but there's no, it's not listed. Yeah, so
uh, so it's only, yeah, because to me it looks like a for sale sign that we see all around the world, and but it's very big and it's kind of glowing in the night.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah, but this person for sure got a great deal because I think this is like 2 ETH, so 2 ETH.
Mhm.
And yeah, I would assume that this parcel could be for something between 10 and 20
At now.
now. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't see the limitations of the parcel. Is it does it have its own beach? Can it be built on water, or is it
Yes, yes.
moved away?
Yeah, it's waterfront. You can see it here.
Yeah.
So this is extended to seas. Yeah, these are like much more expensive than the regular parcels.
Mm-hmm. And this is a very nice view of the parcel with this huge NFT there. Maybe it's like a lesson for the Somnium space people how to advertise their own parcels, because just the green limitations are pretty poor design, and this one is very inviting.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it might be in the future because, like, currently, the main issue with that is that, well, as you can see, still not so many people over here. Oh,
Mhm.
I hope, yeah, I'm lucky. Not many people over here. So most of the sales will go through OpenSea, or
Mhm.
maybe you can find some interested buyer or seller in Discord, Somnium Space Discord, because there's quite
Okay,
active
the
community.
thing the thing that you're doing now, like going underwater with the car, is pretty interesting because most of the physics are from the real world. So the gravity is there, and like you can walk, you have stamina, you can drive a car. But to drive a car underwater is a big opportunity. Also, I'm interested to see. Our friend Andy is making an NFT for a yacht, so I'm curious to see where that will go with the ability to move underwater or on the land. And there's like a parking in this one, so this is really real world. And yeah,
Wow.
oh my, I'm really somebody used like regular columns in a very tech space, so
Yeah.
I think somebody has a knowledge of what main architecture elements are, but it's very futuristic or cyberpunk maybe. It's the last time we actually talked about the maps on the floors. It seems that somebody here actually took the time and made like a wooden floor that fit the wall or the floor or whatever they used as an element. So this is
Yeah.
pretty nice, and this dance floor techno thing is really good. I'm sad to see these huge parking signs next to it.
Oh yeah. 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 I think this might be Arthur's. Because you can see his avatar's
Yeah,
picture over there. And this is like clearly for disco, because you can get when you are alive, then there would be live stream with music. Yeah, so could even,
and there's a microphone. You can actually use the microphone, or is the circle around it only there as a notice, like a.
yeah, you can use the oh, and this is actually the real Favocious. So cool.
Mm-hmm,
That's the NFT, is not just the picture. Yeah, you can use the
mm-hmm,
microphone if you stand there and you will talk. Then your voice would be boosted by the
mm-hmm.
properties that you
Yeah, that's
set.
what I wanted
So
to add,
it would be
because
here.
when we when we had the events in the gallery, I know when you move away, then you cannot hear the speaker. So this is actually a pretty good feature that you can use a microphone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
yeah, but unfortunately, they, or at least for me, they didn't work for web, and we were doing most of the exhibitions in web. So yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, in this VR, it works perfectly. Oh, oh, this is the kayaking club.
Yeah, okay. It looks really nice. It's a bit, the chairs are, the arrangement of the chair is a pretty like a sect. So I'm not sure what's happening in the middle, but yeah, there's fish. This is
Yes.
a pretty good feature there. You can actually use GIFs and to make animations underwater. This is a really clever idea. And the thing in the water, do you think it's how it's made from the elements that you get in Somnium, or is it
Yeah, I think so. I think I
really nice?
saw.
Yeah.
I think I saw how they built it. I didn't saw it all, but I saw part. And yeah, this is like flickering light. You can put it, and I think there's one more light around it to light it.
Hmm.
And but so it creates the lighting effect, and then it's just basic shapes. So someone put like a really lot of work, because just to
Yeah,
make the square you need to use four different rectangles to make the hollow
and it's actually very expensive in credits
yeah,
for the
yeah,
parcel, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a nice element on the water. We didn't see any like it before, so I think it's worth it totally.
Yeah, I think like this just this one might cost something like 100 credits, building credits, and the small parcels have 150, so it gives you idea.
Yeah, but the one light is 50, so if there's two lights, it's 100 at least.
Yeah, well, so then the flickering is just 30. So far, I would say it's like 80 for the lights, and then maybe 20 for the elements. But who knows? Maybe it's even more.
Yeah, these Greek columns, yeah, they are very decorative in a text space like this. I'm not sure if people should use them or they should think of something else for the metaverse. This is really, really old. I know that people want to reference history, but in a text space like this, I think it's not retro, it's more kitsch.
Yeah, yeah, it could be, yeah, I guess, but people have just different tastes. Yeah, so
Yeah, that's what we talked last time, that the techies are building architecture, so it's very interesting. Everything that we see is interesting.
I
But,
would actually like your opinion on this one, because yeah, the owner actually reached out to me, and because when we are doing the open sky interviews, that
mhm,
this building is we can see it. So I said like, yeah, you're doing good advertisement for me, so that's cool.
mhm.
I'm all for doing some advertisement. So what do you think about this build? I actually haven't figured out how to get up. So far, well, that's one problem. But other than that, it looks wow, really.
Yeah, it looks very DNA inspired. I think technically in Somnium Space Builder, this is pretty difficult to get. So
Yeah.
I'm really amazed that somebody spent so much time, and it's kind of parametric. I think people will do a lot of stuff like this when they could use Unity or any other 3D software to import stuff. But for now, I think this looks pretty amazing. I'm not sure what it is. The typology of it evades me, but it's very interesting. The It's obviously that like the top part glows and that there's something happening there, but it's really difficult to reach. And there's this guy on Twitter, Frank Xtown. He made this kind of circle staircases that float.
Hmm.
He sells on Super Rare, I think. So I think that this might be inspired from his work. And the guillotine, is it part of the same parcel?
Oh, no, it's different parcel. But yeah, I was like, what?
Oh, okay. I was surprised. Yeah, and it's really interesting that somebody used actually like some biometrical design and then added the trees inside. So I think there's a lot of the person thought about a lot about nature's work, and I think he did actually a good job there. The building is very interesting.
Yeah, I will send him the link. I'm curious what he will say. Yeah.
Yeah, you see all the buildings that we see around. They are even this pyramid that we're at now. They are the shapes are very basic, and the one that we were talking about is very extended and much more difficult to make. So it has a more value to me than the ones that we saw. It it's actually might be a typology that will be more known in the metaverse. So it has no columns, it has no walls. The elements that are used are very specific, and there's no physics that um, it it really is nice.
Oh,
I wonder what at the top and what events will be held there, or why how the owner uses it. But the whole idea of it is really amazing.
I will ask him, and yeah, we can bring it into the to the next podcast that we will be doing. So some final thoughts, because yeah, I think we can leave it now. We explored quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think it's fun where we went another way and saw different things. I am glad that we drove the car more, so this was very interesting, and I'm glad that we saw that the physics is not really real with going under the water. And I hope next time we find something as interesting as this.
Yeah, awesome.
This really,
So I'm glad I brought it up because I was really curious what you will say about this because it's quite unique and very different from everything else that's around. So that's cool. And yeah, next time I think we could switch it up and look at other metaverses as well. So Somnium is not the only
mhm,
one. It's my favorite, but there are others. So I think that we could look at CryptoVoxels and Decentraland a little bit because they are using
mhm,
completely different building methods. CryptoVoxels are using
mhm,
the voxels, and Decentraland is actually importing assets from other tools into the Decentraland. So it's not everyone can build. You need a little bit knowledge about 3D softwares, but you get a little bit
mhm.
more options to do. But at the same time, the graphic or the whole world is not so immersive as this one. So let's switch it up and let's talk about different metaverses as well.
We can compare and see which one is better for whom.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love your opinion on that. So thank you everyone for watching and see you for next week at the exactly the same time. And let's visit some other places. Have a nice day and goodbye.
Bye.